Welcome back to another episode of Epic Arcade Minecraft Edition. We got a lot of good feedback for the last Minecraft edition we did, so we thought it'd be fun to make it a thing. So here we are. In this week's episode, we'll be talking about some very important happenings in the gaming world, namely Gabe Newell's announcement about new Valve games in development, EU fining Valve and 5 other companies for restricting cross-border sales, Apex Legends Season 8 buzz, and Resident Evil Village. So strap in, drink your drinks, and let's get the show going.
Starting out with the first news of the week, did you guys hear about Gabe Newell and Valve's latest developments?
Okay, first of all, where the hell is Gabe Newell?
He's in New Zealand. He's in Kiwi.
Yeah, he's living in New Zealand.
Yeah, he's living in New Zealand. Wait, before we get into the bulk of the news, right? Can I bring a bit of segue into the news?
Oh, already we're getting into segues.
Yeah, it's Gabe related as well.
Okay.
Do you know what games he really want to play?
What?
No.
Like what games?
Yeah. He did mention during the same interview that he wants to play one game. Like he really wants to try out one game. Can you guys guess? I'm gonna give you guys a hint. It's a game we all in this room play as well.
Oh, Apex Legends.
Yeah, dude.
What? He's never played Apex Legends?
No, he. I don't think he plays a lot of
has time to have games.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think so. But like ever since it was on Steam, I mean, actually, I don't even see Gabe as a very competitive kind of fella.
Yeah. There was a couple of shots where he was in his office in Valve playing World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, that's like a known thing.
Yeah.
What you hit me, bro?
But Apex?
Yeah, but Apex, that'd be interesting. I bet, right? He's gonna pick. I bet he's gonna pick Watson.
No, I think he's gonna go for what's a Spanish lady?
What, Loba?
Loba, dude.
Loba. Yeah, I guess so. I guess her black market can be like his Valve store, I guess.
Yeah.
Give me all your wallets.
Anyways, in the same interview, if I'm not mistaken, Gabe did mention that there are multiple games in development at the Valve studio.
Yes.
Valve or Steam? Valve, right?
Valve.
Valve.
Steam is the market.
And yeah, what do you guys think about that? Because I have a lot of things to say about that.
Okay, well, I did read up that after that, the developers at Valve, when they finished Half-Life Alyx, they were actually keen on actually making more games that has something to do with Half-Life, which got me really, really excited because, come on, man, you're talking to a guy who's, if you guys don't know what a cliffhanger means, then you don't know like what my life's like right now, because I've been on a cliffhanger for more than a decade. And
I don't. Nobody's saving you on that cliff, is there?
No one's saving me. Only Gabe can save me, or at least somebody at Valve.
Okay, so has had like a bunch of games canceled as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it up because they have a lot of games that was cancelled. When Jeff was talking about the cliffhanger, you're definitely talking about Half-Life 3, right, Jeff?
Yes, I'm talking about Half-Life 3, right. Or at least like what the fuck happened in Half-Life 2, Episode 2. That's right, there are 2 2s in that game title. Did you guys know that?
Half-Life 2?
Yeah, Half-Life 2, Episode 2. Name me another game which has 2 same numbers in the damn title. Only one.
Wait, what do you mean Half-Life 2?
Half-Life 2, Episode 2. So it's a sequel to Half-Life 2, but it's not exactly Half-Life 3.
No. You got it all wrong. Half-Life 2, Episode 2 is the sequel to Half-Life 2, Episode 1, which is a sequel to Half-Life 2.
Yeah, but it's not exactly Half-Life 3.
No. Never was.
I'm just gonna pretend I understand what you just said, Jeff.
Yes.
Anyways, so I'm glad you brought it up, Fig, because here are the list of games that was announced by Valve but never saw the day of light. Starting with Half-Life 3, the game that everyone was like looking forward to. Left 4 Dead 3, which is now Back 4 Blood.
Back for so we skip 3 altogether. They just went
they
4 in the title.
they completely skipped 3, and then the rest are just there's no game titles to it. There's no official game titles, but there are project titles. There's a game called RPG, a game called ARTI,
Yeah.
a game called SimTrack,
Yeah.
a game called Shooter Borealis, Hot Dog,
Ye-
and Vader.
Oh wait, so these are like working titles, right?
Yeah, project titles.
Interesting.
I know a few of those games, man. I do know what RPG was supposed to be. If I remember it right, I did read up like a list of all those games that were, I mean, I guess swept under the rug.
I think it was Jeff that mentioned it last
Yeah,
week.
yeah. RPG was the one that that stood out for me because I was very curious on like how the hell would they want to make an RPG if they have no experience making RPG games in the past. But yeah, carry on, Cal.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So when I read the news about like how Gabe came out and say Valve has more games in development waiting to be announced, I was like, is this just clickbait? Because to me, it sounds like clickbait, knowing how, as much as their games are amazing,
Yeah.
they're also as amazing as dropping game titles, right?
Yes, they are.
So and what was the game called? Half-Life Alex, right?
Yes.
That was just lucky enough that we actually saw a project like that, a full VR game that actually came up from Valve. So looking at the rest of the games that they have in development, of course, Gabe did not announce what game was being produced, what game was being made. I'll believe it when I see it, man.
Listen, when you said that Valve is really great at making games, Kel is not really kidding when he said that. Because Half-Life Alyx right now is probably the best VR game ever currently right now. You can't find any other VR games that's as good as Half-Life Alyx. I have not played it because I don't have a VR setup at home. But when I do, that's going to be the first thing on my list to play.
Yeah. When I think about VR, it's really funny because you see how far VR has come through Half-Life Alyx.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was a kid, I go to Toys R Us, with my parents, and then I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was like this VR thing that's always on the shelves, right? And then you put it on, and then you could fight these like ninjas that come your way. I don't know if you remember those things or if you've seen it at all.
Wait, all these are in Toys R Us?
Yeah, it was in Toys R Us.
What?
Wait.
Yeah, there was like it's not a CD that you have to put in. It's an actual like machine that they sell, and it only plays that game, and then you put it over your head, and then you see like ninjas in like 3D. They're running at you, and then you can strike them.
How long ago was this?
I don't know, man. This was like, it's 2021 now. We're talking like before 2010.
No way, dude.
Yeah, I'm serious, man. And
That's
then to
insane.
right? And then I remember how much I wanted that thing. I never got it though. I remember how much I wanted that thing, and then to look back at that and to see where VR is now with Half-Life Alyx, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yo, dude, I've seen like, I mean, the more gameplay that I watch, the more like it's so like unbelievable to see. I've seen a lot of people like were showcasing or just showing us the physics in Half-Life Alyx. It just looks so good. It looks too good. And if Valve's gonna keep making more Half-Life games, I say go ahead, man, because I think all of us that's been longtime fans of the Half-Life franchise, anything to do with Gordon Freeman or even Shell from Portal, I'd be really excited to play it.
Yeah, I really mean it when I say Valve makes really great games because, for example, Left 4 Dead, okay?
Yeah.
When that franchise came out, it really changed the landscape of co-op zombie survival games.
Yeah, or at least like games that requires like some team effort,
Yeah, and everyone, like, remember when Portal or Left 4 Dead came out? Everyone was talking about it back in
yeah, dude.
I remember going to a CC, man.
Yeah,
To play Left 4 Dead with my friends.
Everybody played it, dude. Everybody played it. I remember Portal. I remember playing Portal 2 with Sam, and that was probably one of those memorable co-op games I've ever had.
I have two questions for all three of you here. The first one is what games do you think Valve is creating behind the scenes?
Oh no, we're gonna go into some
Nostradamus. I think Jez got to take the stage on this one. Nostradamus.
Yeah. Oh. So I go first. Yeah, I want to go first. Okay,
Go.
so I think what they're gonna make next. I bet you it has something to do with Portal. I bet you, because they've already made something. They are, Half-Life. They need to make something that, like somewhat continues where Shell was left off in Portal 2. Yeah, like what you mentioned just now, Borealis. Something to do with that, man. I want to see that shit. Like this year, 2021, baby. I'm sorry, was that too much energy?
Because I'm sorry.
I have to admit, I'm not so much a Valve guy. I don't play a lot of Valve games.
I think have you played Portal?
No.
Ooh.
You have never played.
No.
Oh.
No, I've never played Portal. I actually want to. To be completely honest with you.
Can you look into the camera and tell our audience that you've never played Portal before?
I, Afik K, have never played Portal before. I have also only played Half-Life 1, I think.
Okay.
What the hell?
The cameraman broke the fourth wall, man.
Mr. Producer, you're supposed to be neutral.
Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, Jeff, I'm glad you brought up Borealis, because it's kind of what I was about to say. I believe that the next or future franchise of Valve games will all have VR support. And when you mentioned Borealis, this is what it was supposed to be, okay? A Half-Life VR project led by writer Mac Lietlo that would have been set on a time traveling ship mentioned in Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Right? So
sorry. Is it Half-Life 2? Yeah, Half-Life 2. Yeah, sorry.
So the keyword is a Half-Life VR project. And that's where I feel that where Valve is going is that the future of Valve games will all be VR game.
Yeah. Okay. I wanna just add to that. I really hope they don't make their future games exclusively in VR. I would love to see it both supported on, without the VR and with the VR. That would be very interesting. I feel like Half-Life Alyx was just them testing the waters,
which was really
successful test.
A very successful test. And I think like a month or a few weeks later, somebody or the community came up with mods to actually play the game without VR support. So I really hope that Valve really reflects on how the community, the community feedback from playing the game and seeing that VR is still really expensive. Screw Oculus and everything else for monopolizing the market. And I really hope that they don't make their games VR support exclusive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just my what's that phrase?
Your 2 cents.
No cent.
Yeah. My 20 cents, my 10 cents, my 50 cents. Yeah. How many of you guys here played like Counter-Strike, or at least like binged on it a lot?
Me.
Okay. No. What I want to say here is, like, for any listeners out there who are big players of Counter-Strike and has never played Half-Life, I think it's a good educational experience to actually give Half-Life 2 a try, because because that's where it all started. Counter-Strike all started from Half-Life the first game. So
Yeah.
it'll be quite of an how do you say enlightening, I guess, educational, just to try out the game.
Was Counter-Strike like a mod?
Yes.
No.
Did it start as a mod?
Yeah, it started as a mod.
CS 1.6, dude.
Was it?
Yeah, CS 1.6 was a standalone game.
Right.
Yeah.
Funny story about CS 1.6. I used to.
Dota is a mod.
Oh yeah, Dota's a
Dota's
mod
mod. Yeah.
of yeah.
Yeah.
But funny story about CS 1.6. I used to play that game without a mouse. I used
How?
used the WASD on my laptop keyboard and the trackpad.
How? Please tell me you were stacking kills, my dude.
Well, I tried. I think there was one game that I did really well, but that was probably because I played with a lot of noobs.
You sure you weren't playing with bots?
I don't even know. They could probably have been bots, man. I couldn't have killed that many using a trackpad, dude.
Can I just say that my first AAA game was actually Half-Life Episode 2?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2. It was not Episode 2. It was Half-Life 2. Yeah. I remember I didn't have a good computer back then, and I remember that I was completely, my mind literally blew out of my skull when I saw the gameplay trailer for Half-Life 2. And it was this part in the game where you had to go through this very scary town, and there was this mechanic where the zombies will come at you, and you have this gravity gun, and you can pick up the wood saws. Those wood spinning saws that's left around the wood shed and shit. You can actually pick those up, and then you can actually just shoot it straight through the zombie's torso, and it will just split apart. And that blew my mind because I've never seen a game with that much detail. I guess in their physics as well. Yeah, I remember I was just fanboying the hell out when I saw that.
Yeah, which brings me to the second question, right? What if you guys had your own VR set? What is the first VR game that you'll definitely play?
Okay.
Wait, the game has to be available in VR currently?
Yep. It don't have to be a VR exclusive game, but a VR game. VR supported game.
Look, you know me. I mean, Half-Life Alyx was already there for me, but if I get to pick more than one game, it would definitely be that game, Half-Life Alyx, and VR chat. Yep, VR chat, definitely VR chat.
For me,
probably be Alyx for me.
Yeah.
Okay, for me it would be that Star Wars Squadron.
Oh yeah, that one's good too. Right. Thank you for reminding me that I'm putting that on my list as well.
Yeah. And speaking about Star Wars, I mean, everyone here besides Jeff, we have been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2, guys.
Yeah, boy.
We have been, you guys don't know how happy I am that all my friends actually own Star Wars Battlefront 2. I was telling everyone,
we're here for you, Green Monkey.
I pre-ordered that game, dude, and I remember paying for about $200 just for the game itself 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
my friends got it for free.
Yeah, and we all know what happened to Star Wars Battlefront 2, right?
Yeah.
The
same thing that happened to Titanfall.
That no. See, the difference is I think Battlefront 2 they got into controversy. Titanfall 2 was murdered before it was launched.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy, man. Dude, last night, eight of us. I think there was 8 of us playing Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
We were in 2 squads. We were pushing so many objectives. Like what Joe here said, man. We weren't a squad. We were a legion.
Oh.
Dude, and at one point last night, we were all holding a line, and we were all death troopers. For it was a coincidence. It was so cool, man.
Yeah,
bro.
Dude, it was just like a line of death. and Joe was on a ATTE.
Yeah.
And we were just holding their spawn point. Can you imagine that? Like you were just fucking everyone out, man.
Shit, dude. Thank God you're here.
Hell in the closet.
Oh man.
All right, shall we continue?
Yeah, actually, Kel, it feels great, right, to see a dead game being revived.
Oh my god, yes, yes. It surely brought me to the point where I remember you saying that when they were giving out Titanfall for free, if I'm not mistaken.
For free, they were giving it
Yeah,
for like $1. They gave it for like $3.
and you
They
mentioned
really wanted to relive that game, huh?
and Jeff did mention that he felt so happy because
Yeah.
now you don't actually have to wait for a game.
Yeah, the feeling is uncomparable to anything. Just seeing like, wow.
Because I remember the first few months of Battlefront 2 being released when you look for a game, it actually have to take like what 10-20 minutes just to find players.
Fuck, that
Yeah,
long, bro.
dude. And now it's instant. bro.
Yeah, dude. It's
It's
like,
instant.
oh, I don't have to like wait anymore.
And I'm actually quite happy, like, cause I can kick a lot of asses in Battlefront 2.
Okay, since this is a podcast, right? I feel like I wanna describe this feeling in words to our listeners out there. So imagine if you've been a huge fan of this sports game, right? But you're the basically only you and a handful of people only show up at this big ass stadium.
Yeah,
Just cheering for the team. Just five
And
guys.
then suddenly the tickets are free.
And suddenly the whole stadium fills up and everyone's just all in for the hype, and it's amazing, bro. The feeling is stellar. I love it.
Yep, I definitely agree with you, man.
All right, so I'm gonna take this segment here because I'm very curious about what you guys have to input in this little news piece that I've gathered this week, because this is big shit. Big news, okay? I'm not sure if it's big to them, but I think it's big to us as well. So, since we were on the topic of, Gabe Newell and Valve in talks of actually making more games that has something to do with Half-Life or even Portal. So this week, Valve and I think 5 other companies was fined by the European Commission. Bam. Yes. They were fined for restricting cross-border game sales in the European economic area. Okay, have you guys read up about this?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the geo-blocking practices, right?
Okay, so if anybody who doesn't know what geo-blocking is, so I think we can take this example from making our purchases on Steam. As you can see, when you are purchasing a game on Steam in Malaysia, you will notice that there's like this yellow text or orange text saying like this game can only be played within, I think, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia and stuff. So apparently, right? So they have fined 5 companies and Valve. The 5 companies included ZeniMax, Capcom, Bandai Namco, and they were all fined about like
close to 2 million. Okay, so ZeniMax was fined for 1.6 million. Capcom was fined for 400,000.
Yeah.
Bandai 400,000, and
Yep.
Valve for another like 1 point something million as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
that's a lot.
And just
Do you know-
FYI, this is all in euros, not in
Yes.
dollars.
Yeah. Do you know why the rest of them got fined much lower?
Was that a rhetorical question, or you want me to fill it in?
You can answer it.
Okay, so basically the reason why they were fined less is because all of these other companies they somewhat abided with the Europeans the European law, which was the digital single market rule, which prohibited those type of barriers. The reason why Valve was fined over 1.6 or is it 1.6 euros or 1.9 million dollars is because they wanted to appeal to it, right?
You wanted to appeal to the decision, and the reason why a lot of the other companies also were fined lower is because they helped in the investigation.
Yes, and Valve also did. One of their spokesperson did come out and say that they are in no way how'd you say liable or taking responsibility for this, because most of these geo blocking is at the request of the publishers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can I add something here?
Yeah, sure.
I always thought this was standard practices because when
Or
we talk about
geo-blocking?
when we talk about geo blocking, right? Like take Steam for example. Okay, you do know that if you purchase a game in Malaysia, it's a lot cheaper than you paying in USD, right?
That's right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I thought this was normal or standard practice, so people won't change their IP to like Malaysia or like Zimbabwe, for example,
Yes.
for a cheaper pricing for the games that they want to play.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so when this news came out, I was like, oh, okay. Apparently, it's a big no-no.
I think it's
A big
just
no-no for who? For Valve or for just the general public?
Yeah, for Valve.
geo-blocking is such a it's such a vague it's not vague, it's such a general thing because there are geo-blocking practices that are good, like what do you call this, like region locking, right?
Mm.
Some if you buy games in Australia, you can play it here but you can't play it in like the States or something like that, but geo-blocking in terms of getting a lower price, that becomes vague because even from this article, it's not really explaining much about what's going on. It's really just touching the surface of it, like the European digital single market law states that. Hold on, let me read it from you. I don't remember the whole thing, but basically it's along the lines of you can't um you can't deny access to European citizens from buying games where they can find a suitable offer for them.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, it should be a good thing, right? What the European Commission is doing. That obviously you want to give customers or consumers the freedom to pick whatever has like the best offer or the best price for them, right?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Exactly.
geo blocking can be a good thing, but here's the thing. It can also be a bad thing as well. So hear me out on this. This is because
Okay.
this is like basically like a hypothesis.
You have the
Okay.
floor, Jeff.
Yeah. So basically, if they allow, if they open up if they allow cross border sales, right? Especially for Steam, because Steam is such a big market, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna put this in a scenario. Let's say I am from a country that has a better currency. Okay.
Okay.
I want to purchase a game, but the games that I have in my country are like okay standard price, but I want to get it for cheaper. So I go
Mhm.
to another country and get the Steam activation key for that product bought there, and then I can like just unlock it here in my country, right? Because
Yeah.
apparently they have it cheaper over there.
Yeah.
The reason why it's cheaper over there is because it's not because of the currency exchange. It's because these publishers actually pick the price for each country.
Oh,
Like, yeah, because obviously you want people to play your games, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you want people to play your games, so you actually have to put it at a price where it's like affordable.
Yeah, it's relatable to the buying power of that specific market.
Yes. So if they open up the floodgates, right? If there's no restriction on cross-border sales, and more people are buying Steam products outside of their countries for cheaper prices, then on the long term, I'm talking about the long term now, publishers will eventually have to hike up the prices in those other countries that are selling those products for cheaper prices, and then
That
bam,
is true.
yeah,
It's a very good point.
yeah. So in a way, geo-blocking is like a double-edged sword. It goes both ways. It depends on how, I guess, like the general public, like how'd you say, utilizes this whole cross-border sales. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's like,
as
sorry.
I mean, from a if I was a game publisher, I definitely don't want that to happen, because otherwise, it's either I will lose profit, or I have to hike up the prices in these countries where I want people to play my games.
Yep.
So yeah. That so that was
Oh.
that's my piece of cake. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a point that can be argued. I think you're very right. That's what's gonna happen in the long term, and then that'll just ruin the entire market altogether, right? Because then there's no benefits for people with a lower buying power than, say, gamers from the United States.
Yeah, and take it from what Kel said just now. Like, if you purchase games here, it's actually much more cheaper than if you were to purchase games in the US. If they open cross-border sales, you're gonna see a lot of people playing games much lesser, like eventually, because prices are gonna be standardized, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And that's a fucking bad thing.
Yeah, because I'm putting in the context where let's compare, what's that one called again? The Nintendo eStore, for example, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go on.
If we look at a lot of indie games, for example, indie
Mhm.
games you used to be priced below $10, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken. Right?
yeah.
But then if you look at the Nintendo eStore now, it's $14.99 USD.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And if we convert $14.99, it's about 60-70 ringgit just for indie games itself. And 70 ringgit for a indie game is actually quite expensive for us.
No shit, it's
Right?
it's expensive.
But if you open the same game on, let's say, the Steam store, right? If you are based in Malaysia,
Yeah.
it is 39 ringgit. And yeah, that is like a discount of like 30 ringgit, and with 30 ringgit you can buy a lot of fucking things. So
yeah.
so in my point of view, it's like I believe it's somewhat fair to us in ASEAN. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking about countries like Singapore, countries like Indonesia,
Yeah.
Thailand, Vietnam, because it does state that if we buy games in our region, for example, in ASEAN, for example, we're not only locked in Malaysia. We can still share it with our friends in Singapore, for example, our friends in Thailand, for example, our friends in Indonesia, for example. So
Yeah.
I I don't know. Okay. Personally, I don't know much about the whole geo blocking thing. It's too complex for me. I
Yeah, but
don't. Yeah.
then let's take it back to the topic at hand, right? Like Jeff was talking about people from higher buying power countries purchasing games at a cheaper price from countries with lower buying power.
Yeah.
But the problem here, based on this article and based on what's happening to Valve, is that they're not allowing lower buying power countries to purchase the games at a rate that is affordable to them. So they're forcing people to buy it at standard US prices. What do you think about that? See, it's a situation flip,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
I think
That does sound
Yeah,
too good
okay,
for me.
because it reads here in the article, and I quote: the European Commission says that geo-blocking was used to prevent games being activated outside Czech Republic, I'm assuming, Poland,
Yeah.
Hungary, Romania, Slovakia, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Right, and
Yeah.
all these are also considered countries within EU, but
Yeah.
they are not as prosperous as Germany, Paris.
Yeah. The
And
currency is not as good as
Yep.
the neighboring countries. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it makes sense if you were to flip this around. Say that if I'm based in Estonia or Slovakia, for example, right, my spending power is not as high as my EU counterparts, such as France and the UK.
Sure.
So yeah, this makes more sense now to me.
Okay, so there's a point in the article that I think is important to note. It says the fines do not relate to games sold directly on Steam, but to games sold through third-party sellers that can be activated on Steam.
Yes.
Steam activation keys were geo-blocked between 2010 and 2015, the European Commission said.
And here's the funny part of it. Only I think if I read somewhere, I think it was less than 100 games, or probably less than 50 games that actually have this cross-border restriction. I think
The number will surprise you. It's actually at the point of the alleged crime happening. It was only 3 games.
Yeah, it was only 3 games, and they were like fined 1.6 million euros or 1.9 million dollars, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it's not a matter of how many times you do it, right? It's even if you do it once, it carries the same weight. Like I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's the same
true.
level of punishment as like murder, but killing 1 and killing 3, the gap between how bad it is isn't far. You know,
It still is like you did something.
yeah, you killed.
You already
You killed-
burned one tree, and you're burning.
Exactly.
You're burning, bro.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I just did 1. No,
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that, you know. So like the fact that they did 3 is more than enough to make it into a case, you know.
Yeah, a case. And I just wanted to add, okay, if any of our listeners think that $1.9 million or 1.6 million euros is a bit too much, last I checked, Steam's I guess market value right now is out, or what they're worth right now. Last I checked was $10 billion. So pretty much this fine is just basically just pennies to them. Is all
Man,
I'm
have
saying.
you guys seen this video of this guy who tries to compare what a million, what a pile of rice that symbolizes a million is versus a billion?
No.
No.
One is like a small pothole on the road, and the other one is like a mountain. That's the difference between a million and a billion.
What?
Right? So at a valuation of 10 billion, 1.6 million or 1.9 million dollars, it's it's peanuts, man.
Yeah.
Change.
Just
It's change.
just to give you guys an example, right? The vice president of the EU Commission, and I quote, okay, more than 50% of all Europeans play video games. The video game industry in Europe is thriving, and it is now worth over 17 billion euros.
Wow.
That's a lot. Holy crap.
The video game
I mean, that's
industry in
worth as
Europe.
much as Steam.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a collective amount, isn't it?
Yeah. And dude, $17 billion.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Dude, this is just crazy.
Yeah, we're seeing that the gaming how'd you say gaming has become basically the biggest money making business compared to like even music and movies nowadays, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a great thing to see. Also, going back to what I said just now, that Steam or Valve are just going to just pay pennies for this fine. I think right now that's just the thing about like having a gaming company. It just becomes like a standard business practice that you got to pay these small fines along the way since you're operating globally, right?
Yeah. You're not bound to do things perfectly anyway.
Yeah. And also, let's. I want to make this try. I want to like make this an open conversation to all of the listeners out there as well. Let us know if you agree with the restriction of cross-border sales. Do you prefer having geo blocking on Steam or any other gaming platforms that you have? Please let us know. Let's keep this a conversation.
Yep.
All of my gamers out there, all of our
And
gamers out there.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Season 8 Apex?
Oh, Steve. Wait, I'd like to know what you guys think first before I go on a really long tangent about what I think
Well,
it is.
You want to know what I think? I think Kings Canyon has been fucked with far too many times.
Right?
And that's probably the only negative that I have. I think Fuse, is that his name? Fuse?
Mayhem.
Fuse. No,
No,
Fuse.
Fuse is the character, the new legend.
Mayhem. Mayhem
May-
is
May-
the name of the season.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Fuse looks cool as hell.
I mean, seeing an Australian character, holy shit, dude! I never thought of that.
Voice lines.
Right.
Lines. That's what I'm waiting for.
I am excited for Fuse. Like, oh my god, guys, Fuse. He reminds me of a Borderlands character. Like the entire trailer for Season 8 reminds me not of Apex but of Borderlands. Like it's just pure chaos, man.
But I'm trying to manage my expectations. You know why? Because I was
Why?
excited when Loba came out, and I barely even use her now. And I was like I was excited for Revenant too, and it wasn't what I expected. And honestly, like when Horizon came out, Horizon I feel is better than Revenant and Loba combined. So
Yeah, I
it's
feel like
beyond expectations.
in terms of the meta, I think Horizon has made the most ripples compared to Revenant and Loba.
Yep.
Yeah,
I felt like
that's true.
Revenant was portrayed as like this psycho assassin,
Yeah,
but during the gameplay it was so underwhelming. Like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
he
yeah.
had was like, okay, I'm gonna go ghost mode and I'm just gonna silence you. That's all.
yeah.
In terms of tacticality in game, it doesn't do much, man.
Especially his ult, it still doesn't really
his ult-
fit well in the meta. But then again, like
You have to
I
do
guess,
the thing and shoot it down.
yeah, I guess there is like some sort of like a meta that's not a lot of people know. But I get what you're saying, Kel.
I have a feeling that Fuse would actually be a great character, but one thing that I'm unsure of is that 30-30 repeater that was shown in game.
Yeah,
I kind of don't want it to be another G7 scout, you know?
Yeah, because the I don't think Afik knows this, but the G7 Scout actually came out as a sniper rifle. Like
Oh, really?
you could attach the 4.8 scope to the G7 last time, and then they were like, oh no, this is too imba, so they had to switch it back to a right. So they had to reintroduce
Rifle?
the G7 as a rifle. And looking at the 30-30 repeater being a repeater, I'm assuming that the damage will be high, but the fire rate will be slow, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be like a longbow type, but it's not gonna be a sniper rifle. It's gonna be a rifle.
I feel like it's going to be a slower version of the G7, but a lot harder hitting in terms of damage per second. So I'm not going to let one stupid gun affect what I think about season 8, because overall, looking at both the gameplay trailer and also the what is it called?
The
Launch trailer?
Yeah, the launch trailer itself, I think season 8 is going to be exactly what the title brings, mayhem.
Wait a minute. The gameplay trailer is out?
I think so, wasn't it?
No, I think it's the launch trailer and the stories from the Outlands.
Oh, sorry, yes, stories of the Outlands. Sorry, not the
Yeah.
gameplay trailer.
What do you think? What do you think of this grenade thing?
Yeah, the one on his wrist, right?
Yeah,
I
because
feel.
apparently in the last frame he throws the grenade and he takes out the repeater and shoots it.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't really understand that at all.
Maybe
don't
that's
know.
his ulti or something. Maybe
No,
his
no, no.
ulti.
I know what his ulti is. His
Oh,
ulti is
no.
basically like Gibraltar and also
Bangalore, like
But-
airstrikes.
Yeah, but instead of like what do you call it? Instead of explosive ordnance, it's actually a fire ordnance.
What?
Like a big version of the ordnance.
A
A big version of the
what's that?
fire thing.
What's that bomb thing they use in Vietnam?
Napalm.
Yes, exactly.
strikes, yeah.
It's gonna be napalm bombs.
Yeah, napalm bombs. Yeah.
Yep.
I love the smell of napalm.
So what? That's
in
like
the
damage
morning.
over time.
So they did tease it in the current season in the latest update. What they teased was, if you play until the last circle of the ring,
Yeah.
you can hear a very unique bomb drop onto the map. And when you go close to the bomb or the sound, it's actually a unexploded shell. But when you shoot it, its fire spreads everywhere.
Whoa! Wow, they're
So-
adding new mechanic in there.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty
so that's the tease for the latest legend, I guess.
Interesting.
Can I give my 2 cents about the repeater?
Okay.
Okay, so I think the repeater, just as Cal said, I don't think it's gonna. How do you say?
It's not going to be a wow factor.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna be a wow factor. I don't think it's gonna reshape the weapon meta or the landscape of the game itself. I think the repeater is gonna be just like the Sentinel. It's made to be used by tryhards, like the same tryhards that uses the wingman. Yeah, that kind of shit. Like the amount of time you put in the wingman to get good at it. Yeah, you need to put in the same amount of time in these guns to like be good at it. You know what I
You
mean?
know what? That actually makes sense. As harsh as it sounds,
Yeah.
that actually makes sense.
Yeah, because like I've seen the Sentinel really kick ass if the person is using it correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just charge it and then melt the shields and then just burn him down. That's it. I would
Yeah,
like to see
Sentinel's a
how the
sick
repeater
weapon.
turns out. I would like to see how people like somewhat utilize the shit out of this new repeater gun. I would love to see some cowboys out there in the Apex Legends games.
Yeah, and it needs to be a Pathfinder.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope as fuck.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, Jeff, can you pass me a block of wood in your inventory?
Sure, sure, buddy. How do I drop it again?
Q.
There you go.
Thank you. I kind of broke my house.
I think painting is here too. Yeah,
Kinda
painting's
broke
here.
it
Yeah. And also, I wanna add. Looking at the launch trailer, right? Okay, I know I might get flack for saying this, but I wasn't really as exciting as the launch trailers like previously.
What?
You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
As in, like, okay, so I'm not talking about the stores from the outlets. I'm talking about like
The
the
launch trailer.
of Mayhem, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't really. It didn't bring that much. Like, holy shit! You know what I mean?
It did for
Yeah,
me,
I
though.
think it's because there are a lot of repeated elements, like King's Canyon getting like broken again,
Yeah.
For
all
like
that.
the-
So
for like the third time.
Yeah, for like the third time. Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to get to my point, saying I feel like Respawn, they're trying to how'd you say, regulate the hype kind of thing, because once you get too hyped for something, the next thing that's going to be hyped is not going to be hyped as much. So I think what they're going to be doing, right, is that they're going to start mediating. You know, they're going to start regulating their hype. Okay, they're going to put it all on a flat surface. Okay,
right.
and once everything is like all like flat, you know, everything's just like okay, you know, man. They're gonna shoot it back up. All right, they're gonna shoot it back up, and then bam, Titanfall 3. Oh my god, I'm so hyped now.
Is this going back to your Nostradamus
I
prediction?
think what I'm trying to say is to everyone out there listening, the pieces are falling into places, my friends. Okay, the pieces are falling into places. Fate is being written right now. Okay. Yes, close in on me. Fate is being written right now. It's written in stone, chiseled in it. We're gonna get it this year, baby, 2021. Titanfall 3, it's coming. I can feel it. Okay.
You
I'm
know, there's one way that they could break Apex, in my opinion.
What?
Put a fucking Titan in it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Over and over again. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Speaking
Yo,
about
the Mastiff is bad enough, man. You put a
Speaking
Titan
about-
in there.
Speaking about game breaking mechanics, did you guys see the latest skins that were introduced in Fortnite?
I
No.
saw Predator.
No,
saw
I
Predator.
didn't know.
They are introducing the T800 into Fortnite, dude.
Oh yeah.
What?
And also Sierra Connor.
What?
Oh
And
shit.
it's crazy. Like it's this kind of thing that make me wish sometimes that I'm a Fortnite player.
Yeah, because you're so freaking cool to play that skin.
Yeah, dude. And another thing is they also did a partnership with Disney Star Wars where they put Baby Yoda, the IG-88 and also the Mandalorian skin into
Yeah.
Fortnite. It's like, come on, man. I wish I could play something like that, man.
No, I think I
Yeah.
kind of wish that Fortnite didn't have that building like mechanic in it.
Yeah,
Then I would have given it a chance.
yeah.
Right? Everyone agree here
Yeah.
with me? Right?
Yeah, you kind
I
of need
agree.
those fast fingers, man.
Yeah, it's a different how'd you say playing field. With
Yeah,
those
you think
building
you need to think with Apex, but with Fortnite, man, what
Yeah.
the hell?
But you know, please don't claim yourself to be the best FPS shooter if you're really good in Fortnite. That Fortnite doesn't really make you a great FPS shooter. It's kind of I think to me, if somebody's great at Fortnite, he's basically really great at managing how'd you say, different situations.
You know what I think I'm really good at, Jeff?
What?
I'm good at the Star Wars Starfighter assault, man.
Yeah, you're yeah. Yeah, you are.
Thanks, man. Hey,
You know what? I'm gonna hop on Battlefront 2. I want to see how good I am. I can own all you guys. See,
Dude, you should check out Kel when he's flying, dude.
yeah. You know, I like to see Kel, like lagging behind in points because I be leading, baby, in the scoreboards. Yeah.
You do know you're on record for saying that.
Oh yeah, let's highlight this. Let's make this a micro content.
Anyways, okay, let's move on to the final news piece that we have for our audiences out there, which is the Resident Evil 25th anniversary. Have you guys seen the trailer for it? Because I really want to hype this out for Jeff specifically, because he's the Epic Arcade Resident. He's the Epic Arcade Resident Evil resident.
Huh. I never thought about it like that.
Right?
Do you guys want to watch the trailer?
Yeah, man. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. How are we gonna do this?
So he's gonna stream it on
I'm
on Discord.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream it on Discord. Hey, is everyone in?
Yeah.
Put
I'm
the
watching.
volume up. Put the volume up.
Hey now, think positively, all right? We talked about this.
I know. We hardly talk about anything else.
Castle Bell heralds danger. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again!
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit,
creepy
you
as hell,
Paul.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So I just want to highlight a few things, right? So this is what the gameplay looks like, and I wanted Jeff to talk a bit about this. Hold on, let me find.
We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
The sound design, man.
Oh my god. It's already creepy, man. Oh, look at the design of the house,
Everything
though.
ties in great and creates some beautiful visuals.
They're hot as fuck, bro.
Oh.
Man blood.
Now, let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped.
That's fucking terrifying.
Strategy.
Yeah,
See
Jeff.
how
This one.
tall
Wait,
she is?
are those cavemen zombies?
It's
Yeah.
not just
Okay.
about
See,
shooting.
Jeff.
Guarding
They
will
introduced
also
new
be an
new
important part of the
mechanics.
game.
You can block.
Oh my god.
And you have to shoot the weapons away.
Each type of weapon has their
Oh,
own distinct way of
okay.
fighting.
So you
like that.
shoot the weapons away, so you disarm them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, the blocking
my
thing,
God.
that was in the Resident
Everyone knows what to
Evil.
do with red battles,
Wait, this 8, right? Resident Evil 8.
Yeah. Seven.
Yeah.
Some will
VII
remember a similar
7.
management system.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Resident Evil
That
4.
was in the
This
previous
time
Resident
around,
Evil.
We've added crafting.
Yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot of things to say about the new Resident Evil Village. It's kind of interesting as well because this is a continuation of the protagonist from the previous Resident Evil,
Which was the one in the crazy house, right?
the one in the crazy house in some outback swampy area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ethan, and I was actually surprised that they're actually reintroducing this character because I mean, I was very used to playing as Leon, but I would like to see where Ethan goes with this, and also the lady, that lady is probably one of the scariest
Which one? The
characters.
really tall one?
The lady in
Yeah,
yellow.
the really tall one.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh.
why, but that really creeps me out
Why.
because she's so tall.
Does it?
It bothers me. Like
Really?
she is. Okay, do you guys see how tall she was? She was literally reaching the damn chandelier above her, man. Like, what the hell is that? Look, I'm not like shaming every tall person over 7 feet tall. I'm just saying the way that they designed her character, and I guess who she's supposed to be, that just makes it even more scarier because I really do not want to imagine myself standing in a hallway and having this character just running at full speed at me because that would be very terrifying. We'd love to see more new mechanics like how Kel highlighted that I guess the zombies are holding weapons like swords now, so you
Yep.
got to shoot it out of their hands.
Yeah,
My god, dude. Oh my god.
There's also another interesting thing during the Resident Evil 25th anniversary announcement, which is RE-verse. Do you guys know about RE-verse?
Yeah. What is RE?
that
It's
like
like
an
the
MMO or
Resident
something?
Evil universe.
Yeah, it's basically a Resident Evil universe where you can play as every Resident Evil character and you are put into a map where you fight each other.
Oh, okay.
It's basically Resident Evil Smash Bros.
I mean, that doesn't sound too exciting because
Yep. Looking at the gameplay, it's definitely not exciting. I
feel like it's a spin-off, isn't it?
it felt forced.
Yeah,
It really
Right.
felt forced, right? It looks like it don't
it
belong there.
really does. Yeah. I mean, look, Resident Evil is all about solving puzzles, getting out of whatever thing that you're trapped in, and shooting zombies. And saving a lot of bullets. Yeah, actually, that's probably one of the rarest games where I actually have to save bullets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you actually have to be very conservative with whatever guns or ammunitions you have in game.
You have to be a picky killer. That's it. But yeah, I'm really excited for Resident Evil Village. We'd love to see how they how'd you say, mix in a little bit of science fiction in there, because that's what Resident Evil's all about. It's all about developing these I guess medicine, and then it turns out that it turns people into zombies. In this case, they kind of somewhat resemble vampires, so I would love to see how that would make sense or explained logically.
Yeah.
I just don't
Very
understand how the protagonist went from like a swampy area to like some, I don't know, man, European castle.
Yeah, some Transylvania looking place,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, I would be very interested to see how the story connects. Why are we continuing Ethan's I guess journey or story? We'd love to
Because
see.
I thought it was just a standalone, Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
but apparently it's a continuation of whatever it was, and then he went from swampy area to Transylvania, from zombies or like to psychotic people.
Yeah, from zombies to somewhat like some psychotic
Vampires.
family, and to vampires, and eventually werewolves. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
there were werewolves in the trailer in Resident Evil Village. So yeah, we'd love to see how that.
crazy, man.
Yeah, we'd love to see how that is will be explained logically eventually. And that wraps things up for this week in gaming, or what we like to call it, TWIG. Or TWIG. As usual, we have been the Epic Arcade Boys. I am Jeff K.
And I'm Afik K.
And I'm Calvin Tay.
And our producers are Joven Lum and Azrul Chief Adil. Epic Arcade is on all major podcasting platforms, and you can also find this recording in video on YouTube. Our socials are at Epic Arcade Pod, and we're most active on Instagram, so go give us a follow there and slide into our DMs, as we'd love to hear from our audience. We hope you have an amazing week ahead of you, and as always, I'll see you next week, and bye-bye!